Welcome back to Stuck in a Sidequest. Today we're going to talk about Stranger Things Season 3. Okay.
I think that was the camera you're supposed to look
Yeah.
into.
Wait, are you supposed to say Stranger Things 3? Because they just name it 3. Not, yeah. You can't say season.
Well, it's the season
It's the third
of the
movie.
third
Movie show.
Stranger
Movie
Things.
show.
I think that's what they're trying to go for, right?
Y'all go watch them movie shows.
You can watch it, movie shows on that sex box over there.
Okay, so Stranger Things 3 is by far the best season so far. I mean,
What a
before
stark
4,
contrast
but-
to last episode, and how it started off.
Yeah, season 2 was definitely filler, but season 3 we get into the good stuff. It's not as good as I remember it the first time around, but I mean, pretty immaculate stuff happens this season.
You get old Billy.
Oh, barely.
Billy the kid. Except he's not a kid. He's a whole ass man.
He's a man.
That's a man.
And he was in the second season.
Yeah,
yeah,
too.
but no one
But
cared about him in the second
barely.
season.
He's a big bad guy.
Yeah,
or
you're
a
right.
little
No one
bad
cared
guy.
about him in the third season.
He's
Yeah,
a little bad
that's
guy.
why he got what he deserved.
I cared about him. I feel bad for him.
Nah, fuck Billy.
Well, they show his whole backstory about
Yeah.
how he was. What happened to him when he was a kid?
He got
In
this-
season
he
3.
saw his mom
yeah.
get beat, and he got beat, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, so he actually...
he's
there's
just
a
mind
reason
flayed
the
right
way-
now.
Yeah, there's a reason that he's that way.
He's just mind flayed.
Yeah. He just got all kinds of
That's
fucked.
more of a reason to grow up and be a good person.
I
So
mean,
you don't
it's,
get
it's a
mind
lot.
flayed?
It's a lot more complex than that, Tyler.
Yeah, and he's a teenager. We have to remember that.
I'm a
Like,
certified
That is
therapist.
not a teenager.
well, he is like,
I'm just kidding.
you know,
He is a teenager?
He
He's
is
a
a teenager.
I know,
Teenager.
but I'm talking like not really.
not in real life.
Which makes all the Mike's mom scenes that much
Oh,
worse.
God.
anyways.
way bad. Okay, so we start off. There's a new mall, and there's this whole big like 80s culture with indoor malls, and how that has fallen apart.
Neon everywhere.
That's true.
The patterns.
Yes. The green and pink and those
Yes.
patterns in the food court.
Get through
Yeah.
it.
I'm getting it out.
But are we still a stan of the inside malls?
No, I like the outside malls.
Would we want it to come back?
I mean, I don't really
Stan
care.
Or a fan.
I'm introverted.
But-
and
No,
really
yeah,
don't
because I'm not
care.
trying to go hang out at the
Yeah.
mall.
That many people
I
in
just
that
want to
food
pull up
court.
to my store and then get the hell out of there.
I
Those
don't know,
food
man.
courts
I
stress
miss-
me out.
Yeah.
I miss the old mall.
Yeah, well,
yeah,
you're not
'cause
introverted.
You're an extrovert.
Yeah.
But they had all the cool stores, you know. Like you just
Still
walk
got
from
some of the
one
cool.
to the
It's
other.
got Spencer's.
Yeah.
The new mall
You
doesn't
walk
have
into the
Spencer's.
back. You walk into
Yes,
the back.
you go in, you walk to the back, look at the weed stuff, and then walk out because you're like, I can't buy any
It's
of this.
not
I'm
just
28
weed
years
stuff.
old.
The lava lamps. The studded belts.
I low key want a lava lamp for real, for real.
I mean, they're kind of cool. They get kind of boring after a while though.
How long are you gonna look
It's a
at
It's a
it?
decorative
vibe.
piece.
Yeah, it's a
Trevor's just
vibe.
sitting there looking at it for hours. This isn't fun anymore. I can't do this.
I had a
Alright,
lava
so-
lamp that I never turned on. Like, I turned it on like once or twice, and
I'm
like,
spent. No, my problem is I would cut it on and just never cut the thing off.
or you shake it and it's all the little bubbles and it's fucked up for a while, and you're like, dang it.
I have to
Why
leave it
are
off.
we doing this to our lava
I
lamp?
have to leave it off for 12 hours just to get the
And then I
things to
look
morph
at the
back
top
together.
lid and try to take it off. Just
Yes,
'cause-
it's
like, what am I
caution.
gonna do with it? I'm not gonna. I just want to.
I don't know what's inside those things, which is why I haven't bought one because I don't want it to fall and break and
It's
kill
like
my cats.
wax and
I think nowadays they're all right.
Definitely.
yeah.
All I thought, I'm not gonna lie, as a child, I thought that if I like busted it open or something, it would be like acid or some
Yeah,
shit.
it'd
It
be
would just
like burn through the floor.
It's like Breaking Bad.
yeah.
Like,
I looked at it when you took the little top cap off and it had the little like
Caution.
little Coca-Cola
bottle cap.
bottle
Yeah,
cap
that's what I'm
on
saying.
top. I'm like,
Yeah,
this
that's
is
what
a
I'm saying.
drink.
Yeah, I could drink this.
Tyler, little baby Tyler, drinking lava lamp juice.
Which does
Explains
come
a
back
lot.
around to season 3 because Erica wanted to drink the green
Oh.
like acid
Yeah.
inside the Russian place.
Oh yeah, so the Russians are a big part of the story.
Damn
Um,
commies.
Yes, basically they're trying to reopen that
Upside down to sea.
upside down. I couldn't remember what we called it. The upside down Icee. And the Cold War's happening, which is, it's a huge thing in American history. Everybody's scared they're going to get nuked, and now there's an opportunity for the Russians to get a hold of these.
Is the Cold War the 80s?
Yes.
Yeah.
Cold War went on for a long time.
And they're in Hawkins.
Bill.
The Russians.
Hawkinsville.
The Russians have invaded
I
Hawkins.
didn't say it this time. Y'all said it first.
We're just making fun of you.
Yeah, I know.
Hawkinsville over there.
You should feel bad.
I always feel bad.
Jeez.
They're trying to reopen the portal that 11 closed in the last season. Love is in the air this season.
Oh boy.
We've got little horny Mike and 11.
Whoa.
Well, if we're just being honest,
Yeah.
like the hormones are raging, boy.
God.
Mike was
3
touching titties.
inches.
Jeez.
Well,
Man
Under
made
the
first
shirt.
base.
maybe. But anyways, Hopper's not very happy about it because he's like, leave the door open because they're making out. And that's
Just
inappropriate.
Like, boop, boop. Closing that door.
Said, leave us alone. But, I mean,
I
we
don't know about
we don't
y'all,
need any
But any
11
little girl
babies.
that can make my brain explode just thinking about it, she can do it. She can do what she wants. I don't care.
Tyler's terrified.
I'd be like,
Man.
you have to leave this door open. Wham! All right.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Not only that, but Lucas and Max are dating. They've got a thing going on.
It's the only one I cared about. Only
Really?
one I cared about. Yeah.
That's the only relationship you cared about?
Yeah, because I like Lucas and Max.
But you didn't care about Dustin and Susie?
I don't care
A
about Dustin and Susie.
never-ending story. That was a good part.
I didn't.
No,
I
that
that's the
part
part
gave
I
me
didn't.
really bad anxiety.
Yeah, that. I don't know. That part would make me feel very weird, like cringy, because it's just like I'd be
We
like,
get it.
I would
Well,
throw
me
up.
and
if I had to
Tyler
do
are
that.
cringy.
And
We
then
get-
I didn't see that part. 'cause
They're
I, like,
waiting
got
for
up
the
to that.
code.
Yeah.
And Susie makes him sing the song before she'll give him the code. And Hopper and Joyce are just waiting in like the Russian lab, like they need Planck's constant.
Yeah.
And
Everybody's
they're
like
singing this
listening
song,
to
and I'm
it.
like, just give him the number. Just give it to him.
But we find out Susie's real.
Yeah,
because
Susie's kind of a bitch.
nobody thinks she's real
I
in the
wouldn't go
beginning.
that far. I mean,
She's slobbing on that knob. Got Dustin.
Summer camp.
Oh,
Got
no.
Dustin attached.
That one time
bro.
at band camp.
It was
Golly.
engineering camp, wasn't it?
Something.
these
It
are
was
children
engineering
we're
camp.
discussing.
Yeah, this is
I
horrible.
know. So anyways,
And-
Jonathan and Nancy, they're not so much children anymore. They've graduated. They're working at the newspaper place. And Nancy's,
Bunch of nasty ass men over there.
yes, so she's
Yeah.
our little
Jonathan
feminist
fits
girl.
straight in.
Right.
Like, let me see your work before we let you take pictures for this. He just throws all the pictures he took out of Nancy, and these men were like, "We're gonna keep
Yes.
these."
Nice.
Right.
Nice.
We're gonna need. We need this for a piece we're working on.
Can you give us all the naked pictures, please?
Look at the exposure on this.
There's a South Park episode, and Kyle comes in and he's like, "There's a teacher trying to have sex with a child," and they're like, the cops are like, "Oh my god, who is it?" And Kyle's like, "Well, it's a her. She's trying to have sex with a boy," and they're like, "Oh, how old is she?" And then they say whatever, and the cops goes, "Nice."
Oh my
my
god.
It's actually pretty funny. I
That's
just saw
South
it.
Park.
Yeah.
And then later on, we also find out that Hopper and Joyce are having a little spark of romance happening.
I rewatched that this week, and the whole time when he's like, they're talking about the speech, and he's like trying to convince her to go out on a date. I'm like, why is she not reminding him about Bob? Like, why is he pushing her so hard? And then it clicked,
Honestly.
and I was like, Bob's dead.
Bob is dead.
Dead as
But
hell.
that's
still,
why- that's
she
why.
just kind of like, she's like, whatever. Like, he's dead, so I guess I'm going to move on to the next one. Okay, not me.
Yeah, whatever. Bob's old news. We knew that this was coming too, though. This
Yeah.
is not one of those things.
Bob's
that-
6 feet under.
Yeah.
He's out of everybody's mind.
So this leaves Will all by his lonesome. Bless him. He's just lonely. He's still trying to be the little kid of the group, and everybody's growing up, and You know,
And he
he's
trying
been.
to do, and he trying to get them to play D&D.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
like-
yeah, and they're like, we got girlfriends, dude.
This is when he dresses up as the wizard. He's like,
Yeah.
Will the Wise.
Yeah. Will the Wise is back.
Poor guy.
Whatever, man. Will's the weirdo. All this weird stuff's happening. They're probably sick of it. They're probably like,
You're
listen,
like,
Will.
You got
we're
mind
over-
flayed last year. We can't hang out anymore.
Yeah, we
Look,
saw you.
man.
We saw you going.
They just feel bad for him at this point.
That's the next gift.
Yeah.
And this season, Steve started working at Scoops Ahoy, and we get to meet our girl
Yes.
Robin.
One
I
of my
did
faves.
enjoy that too. Yes, Robin is great.
Yeah,
I
and
want to go to a Scoops Ahoy.
an ice cream shop.
Dave and Buster's? Not Dave and Buster's.
Baskin Robbins.
Baskin Robbins? They're close.
We have a Scoops in
Yeah.
town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty
It's not
good.
Scoops Ahoy though.
You want somebody to
Just
put a
We'll
hat
We'll
on
just
him?
Yeah.
dress like
Yeah.
a sailor.
Hey, can you wear this for him? He really, really wants you to.
And they'd be like, no.
Just what about just the hat? Can you just put the hat on, the scarf maybe?
What kind of weird kink does your husband have? Like, just please, I'll tip you extra.
Yeah.
Here's your 20.
Oh, just waiting. I want that one.
Yes.
Holding a sucker.
I'll have a banana split.
Thank
You
you,
get
Daddy.
banana splits almost every week
'Cause
at
they're
Dairy
bussin'.
Queen.
Hey, banana splits are
love
really
it.
good, man.
Dude. You can get a blizzard with a banana split.
Yeah.
Banana
Uh,
split blizzard?
The only thing about that is
The bananas are frozen as fuck.
no, every time I get it, it's always like half melted. It melts so quick when it's a banana split blizzard. But
That's a good thing.
yeah, I'll be getting.
I'd wait till
No.
it's completely
If
melted and
go-
drink it.
I do that with a little container. But
I'm gonna tell you right now, go to Scoops and get the banana split. That thing is worth the money. It's huge, and it's a true banana split. You won't regret it.
I'm not gonna automatically go to a banana split when I think of ice cream.
It's like $8. So it's
It's
a little
worth it.
pricey.
We've learned
Right.
that even when we try to eat cheap at Dairy Queen, it's still $24.75.
damn. I do that too, but it'd be me and Ari. And I get her a
Yes.
kid's meal, and I'm like getting like a regular meal, and they're like 25, and I'm like, oh my
Dude,
god.
Dairy Queen's expensive, man,
Yeah.
and the ice
Everywhere's
creams are just
expensive.
expensive.
And it's
They're all
like, you know
expensive.
what? I'm
And
gonna get
somebody has to get an ice cream every time we go.
It's about like Ari.
Dairy
Yeah, I'm like that at
Yeah.
Wendy's. We gotta get a frosty.
Same.
I like never get any frozen treats because Tyler gets them all.
That's kind of the way I feel.
Not true. I say, do you want anything? Do you want the ice cream? No.
No,
Because
you're
you're already
getting it.
spending the ice cream budget.
Then I would go, I'm not getting ice cream this time. Do you want some?
No.
Do that again for me, Trevor.
They'll see it again. We'll gif it. I'll gif it.
No. What's that from?
SpongeBob?
Okay.
I don't know
Um,
either. It is from some.
Yeah.
No.
Is it?
It's
not
SpongeBob.
Goofy, is it? No.
It is SpongeBob.
Anyways,
No,
if
it's
you know
Bugs
what
Bunny.
it's from, just put it.
You're right.
That's what I'm talking about.
Sorry.
No. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Pretty great.
So anyways, we meet Billy, the lifeguard, the sexy lifeguard, and Mike's mom is
not for long.
simping over this man.
I mean, I'd simp over Mike's mom. I'm just saying.
Well, she's dressed to the T at this pool. Like her and all these other moms wearing heels and earrings and makeup and their little
Waiting on Billy to come out.
bikinis. Yes.
Their coochie's about to fall out.
It was the 80s.
Yeah.
And you're okay.
yeah.
You're gonna
Yeah.
give them that, but then you're
They're
gonna
still
say that
falling out.
Ted is a great husband.
Ted is a hard-working man.
He is a
I-
great husband. You know why? Because old hussy over there comes home and she sees Ted with their child.
The
and
one
she's like,
time
"You
he's
know
like,
what?"
"Come snuggle up with me,"
And you know what? She's like, I probably shouldn't do this.
and then she didn't cheat on him, but
Right.
she's thinking about it
Well,
because he's a
because-
piece of doo doo.
No, because all those seasons, they're showing you Ted through his wife's eyes.
right.
And Dustin's, and he hates Dustin.
Yeah, because that boy's nothing but trouble.
That boy is nothing but a nuisance.
I to
but
be
there's
fair,
no fucking front
he
teeth.
does seem like a good dad. Maybe not the best husband, but he's not a bad guy.
Not to be
And
cheated
so
on. Not to be
boring.
He
cheated
is
on.
boring.
He's
yeah,
probably
no.
boring in
Yeah.
bed.
Yeah, but
Not
You
to be
leave Ted
cheated on,
alone.
then
bro.
just leave your
That's
husband.
messed
Don't
up.
cheat with a teenage boy.
Yeah.
I'm not condoning cheating.
Obviously, he's
But-
not that bad in bed. They've had 3 children. Something's working.
He just got lazy in the marriage after they had all them youngins, and now he's
That's
got to get
not
it back
good
together.
though. He needs to
He's
respark
got
this
them a
marriage.
good house. He's
He
got
needs-
himself a good
he
job.
needs to fight for this marriage.
You know what? He's
Well,
just
she needs
tired.
to fight too instead of running behind and be like, "Hey, babe, this ain't
hey,
working for me."
hey, little boy,
She
come
literally
here.
makes
Touch
his
my teeth.
meals all day long.
As
Hey,
it
what
should
the-
be.
It was the '80s.
No.
We cannot right every wrong with that statement.
It was the 80s.
Just most of them.
Anyways, he's a lousy husband.
Keep on. Keep on.
All I'm saying, Tyler, you better not act like a Ted.
Oh.
I would never cheat on you though. Let's
Unless
be
it
cringy
was
for a minute.
unless it was
Unless
Billy.
it was Billy.
Well,
Shane from The Walking Dead.
so Billy, he's trying to go meet up with her because he's trying to get it, and he ends up having some car trouble and stops at this little barn where these little rats are crawling in there.
Bro, I
And-
do have to say that this monster is wild with like the gunk
Crazy.
where it makes it out
Yeah.
of just
The effects
Gore.
are great. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
like I forgot about that, and then I was like doing the recap, and I was like, I forgot that this thing was made by just the gunk, and like
Yeah.
I know it goes. This is a little far, but when the people just drop and
Dude,
Yeah.
yes. And
Yeah.
they
like, I was
just,
like, gee, I was like, oh my god,
It looks amazing.
it does look really cool though.
that is wild.
And this part kind of it reminds me of Twilight when they're getting all the newborn armies.
Yes. Yes.
They're like going around, like it's the same plot. They're going around town getting more people onto their side. So now Hopper, this is the point where Hopper and Joyce are having their little conversation, and Joyce is like, please, please, please do not yell at these kids because it's going to make it even worse. You need to speak from the heart. You need to write down your feelings, and this is what's going to get it across. So Hopper writes down his feelings, and he rehearses, and he rehearses. And then he still yells at Mike.
Good. Mike deserves it.
Threatens his life. Tells him not to come back.
He's like, you are not going to see 11 anymore. And so he's like, I'm going out with my buds, and like, we can't hang out. And then she goes out, and they figure out that the boys are hanging out, and she feels betrayed. And so then she goes, her big old line, I dump your butt, but not butt. Say
Ass.
ASS.
I dump your ass.
I don't.
Awesome.
Ass.
Yes. Which is pretty iconic. And then we get the whole scene of like Max and 11 going around town, looking fashionable, going around the mall, hanging out, having fun.
It's great. We love the mall. Everybody has a swell time at the mall.
This is when Mike really goes downhill with me.
I agree.
Yeah, he's not like
he's
a
annoying.
lovable
I
character
didn't really care
anymore.
for Mike, period.
And he is
Yeah, I didn't really
disrespectful
care
to
for him
Hopper.
the whole time.
Yeah.
honestly.
I mean, honestly, if you're like, how old are they supposed to be? Like 14?
think
Yes,
so.
because I
Leave the fucking
Yeah.
Didn't
door
they just
open
get into
3
high
inches.
school?
What are y'all doing? That's what I'm saying.
I
Like,
mean, she used her powers and closed it.
No,
That's not
I know,
Mike.
but
Yeah,
I'm-
Mike would have been,
No,
oh,
but-
well, open it.
but
open it.
Mike,
what else she can use her powers for?
Mike is like
Close that door.
making fun of Hopper throughout the situation and like you're sit down, little boy, and shut your mouth.
Oh no, I would definitely threaten that little boy's life.
Right.
I have 2 girls. I'd definitely threaten that
Oh,
little
yeah.
boy's life. He's getting in the car and be like,
You're done.
You're done.
You're not welcome around here anymore.
"Just try not to strangle you, boy. Just give me a minute."
I
I would
do
like roll
think-
down the window. I just want to start smoking cigarettes.
One drag.
That's all I need.
All right, let's go.
I think he should have talked to Elle first before going to Mike, but still.
Just
I
You
don't
go
worry.
ahead
Not
like
with
at any
Mike's
point.
attitude.
Yeah, that's true.
yeah,
Yeah, if
no.
the boy starts giving me attitude.
Yeah, you
whew,
crossed the line there.
whew.
What did you say to me?
I'm gonna say what I need to say and then kick you out of the car. You're not even close to your house. Walk.
Get to stepping.
Wait, what? What? And it's the 80s, so you can't call nobody?
Yeah, it's the 80s.
Ted has a problem about it. Tell him to call me.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Hopper would kick Ted's ass.
Yes,
No.
100%.
Yeah, he fought the Terminator 4 times. I think he could take Ted.
Yeah.
And like you said, this is when Hopper asks Joyce on a date, and she stands him up because she notices that the magnets are falling, which is a big part of the story. But when you think about it, like this woman stood up Hopper because of some magnets.
Yeah,
She's
me-
crazy.
I put a magnet on there and it fall, and I'd be like, God, that's fucking weird. And I just keep going. What I'm doing.
Well, I bet this one. I guess this one's done.
Throw them all away.
All my magnets went out
They
at the
all-
same
they
time.
all
Isn't that
broke.
weird?
Go out and just buy a new refrigerator.
Yeah.
I got
So-
one. This one's a stainless steel. It'll stick to it. No, it does. No, it don't.
She brings a magnet to the Lowe's or wherever she's getting it
Yeah,
from and
starts
just
Test
puts it
it
on
out.
all the fridges.
All right, this one works. Takes it back home. Doesn't
Damn.
work. Damn. Must be the.
They got Lowe's back then in
gravitational
the
field.
80s? Lowe's
I would
back
think
then?
so.
I don't know. I just I don't
Wait,
know.
you just-
I was
me
just-
they
I
had
was just
stores.
genuinely curious. When did Lowe's start?
Yeah, look up when Lowe's started. All right, we need to know
80s.
this. Yeah.
When the store Lowe's open up.
What, 1820?
were there
Damn.
Lowe's in the 80s?
1921.
1921.
Okay, all
There's
right.
some
Head to
Lowe's.
the Lowe's.
They've been through
What about Home
A
Depot?
World War.
Depression?
and a depression.
started in 78.
All right, that's a little bit
Old Arthur.
later.
Yeah.
That's why you
It's
always
from-
go to
mhm,
Lowe's.
Arthur Blank.
I feel like there's a Home Depot in Hawkins, not a Lowe's.
Why?
I feel that way too.
Yeah,
Why
It
do you
seems
say
like a
that?
Home Depot town.
Yeah.
Home Depot.
Yeah, that's
cool.
like.
Lowe's is the next, like, you got to go up to
That's
The
the
bigger-
next echelon.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like a,
Lowe's is off the
Like
interstate.
Piggly Wiggly.
yeah,
and the
like a
Piggly Wiggly
Winn-Dixie
and
or something.
Home Depot.
A Winn
Not the
Dixie.
Piggly
Probably,
Wiggly.
probably Rose's, you know.
A Rose's.
Roses. They probably have a nice Dollar General though. That's for.
They probably got about
Maybe.
12 of them.
You know, like we do.
Out in the middle of nowhere.
Yep.
16 Waffle House.
Melfog's General Store.
Huh?
Says that's the only general store they have in Hawkins. It's Melfog's General Store.
Oh,
Seems
there you
legit.
go.
Mm,
Jesus.
there you go.
It's even
That's
worse.
it.
It ain't even a Home Depot town.
Yeah.
Who's Melvin? Why are we talking about his balls?
Oh, but it's next to Radio Shack.
They have a Radio Shack.
It's like a
Isn't
real.
that where Bob was
Yeah,
working?
I was about to say, I think Bob
Yeah.
worked at Radio Shack.
I just want to know where they were getting their refrigerators from in Hawkins.
Probably from across the town. A
They
different
ordered
town.
it from the newspaper.
Yeah, they ordered it from the catalog.
From
They
the Sears
circle it.
catalog.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah.
Hey,
Anyway, so she goes and talks to the teacher in the town, and he's like, well, if there's this big force in the middle, and so that's why your magnets aren't. I don't really know the science behind it, but
you just need a really big machine.
yes, basically. And so the Russians those are the people that got the big machines trying to open up the Icee like
And
that.
guess what's the cover up?
The mall.
Bum,
The
bum,
mall.
bum.
Damn Russians. Some dirty commies.
Dustin hears the Russians on his radio that he uses to talk to Susie that doesn't talk to him back yet.
His imaginary girlfriend at the time.
Yes. And he goes to Steve because nobody else is around. And Steve gets the message all written out, and then Robin figures it out. So, yeah.
Shouts out to Robin.
Old Stevie.
We love Steve.
and
Steve's just a single mom that works too hard.
loves her kids and
And
never
never
stops.
All right, Reba.
That's one of the best shows ever.
If you were on TikTok, you'd know that was a
Yes,
thing. But
Scott is oblivious to anything trending
Just
other than,
in the dark.
I don't know.
other than sports news.
Yeah, other than fucking
He's
got
barely
trade.
able
Facebook
with that.
videos that come out 8 weeks later.
Yeah.
And you can learn so much from TikTok with sports too. You should see my TikTok. for the
Man,
football.
when I downloaded TikTok,
Football.
all that was popping up was
You
some
gotta
weird
work
stuff.
with the
Well,
algorithm.
I had no algorithm, and some of the stuff
Yeah,
that was
no
popping up,
shit.
I was like, bro,
So you don't like it, you keep scrolling.
I
Look,
would.
download it. Keep scrolling. We'll give you a month. If there's any
And before you know it, the Chinese will
booty
know
women
exactly
on
who you
there.
are.
Yeah. And after a month, if there's still big booty women on there,
That's your fault.
And if you're like me, you'll get the women that pop up that say they're dating sexual predators. I don't know.
What side of TikTok are you on?
Scott
The
clearly
messed up
doesn't read the
ones.
group chat either.
yeah.
Mm,
You're right. I'm a piece of shit.
well,
Somebody
I
had to
didn't
say it.
I mean, I'll say it.
Whatever.
Dustin's gonna be hanging out with Steve and Robin for the rest of the series.
Right. The people you should be hanging out with.
Pretty much.
Well, and Erica too. We bought Erica yesterday at
Yep.
the Walmart.
She's a new addition.
Yeah.
She's so
Hell
cute.
yeah.
She's one of my favorite characters.
Oh, I looked at every single one of them things before I saw Erica. I was like, all right, we got like 4 Dustins, 2 Lucases, and a wheel. And I was like, where?
There's only 2 Dustins. Thank you very much.
That's what he said, Scott.
He said 4.
Oh,
Anywho,
yeah.
Also, Nancy and Jonathan are following the rats, and they go find this rat lady, and she's been.
this is when Jonathan pisses me off because he won't believe in her, and I'm like, leave him. He's
I wish.
garbage.
Honestly, he's not been a
becoming
good person.
like them men are
And
at that
Yeah, he's
newspaper.
Like them
fallen into
ladies.
the misogyny.
And then what does he become after that? A stoner eventually.
Yeah,
So it's like-
literally worst character.
Yeah, Jonathan has a horrible. Like, this man just gets
Yeah,
worse.
Yeah.
What? You
Go
offended?
on. No. Go on.
Jonathan's trash. Sure.
Yeah, he
All
probably
right.
is.
Max and 11 are spying on people, and they end up spying on Billy. They have like a little like spin the bottle type of deal, and it lands on Billy, and so they
And then she just spying in on these folks.
yes, basically.
What's
Like,
somebody's
Don't
like?
act like
teenager with
you
powers.
wouldn't do it.
What if somebody's
You're a
like
te-
taking
you're
a
a
shit
teenager
or
with
in a
powers.
very
That is
vulnerable?
exactly what Mike says to her.
I'm just saying, what if somebody was very vulnerable? All right, and
You would
11's
laugh
just
and
like,
say, he was taking a shit.
11's over here, Professor X and that shit, and fucking bleeding, just like.
He's getting a colonoscopy. He's squealing like a girl.
Is he awake during his colonoscopy?
Yeah.
He's squealing like it's the 80s.
It's the 80s.
Oh my
Talking
cow!
about Billy, right? She's
Yeah.
looking at Billy.
Yes, she's looking at Billy. They figure out there is something wrong with Billy. He ain't acting right.
She just lies to Max. She's like, "Oh, he's fine," and just don't pursue it at all.
Then we wouldn't have a show, Scott.
Right.
It'd be a lot different show.
So this gets kind of the crew back together. They put aside their differences because they're gonna go and capture Billy and put him in the sauna, and he's not gonna get out
Get a good sweat on.
because the mind flayer doesn't like heat. So they put him in the sauna, and then he gets stronger. Like, I don't know how that worked. And so the mind flayer put all of his power into Billy and busted through the door.
Yeah, this man becomes He-Man over here. Tackles that door down.
Well, the mind flayer is like more physical in the world, so it seems like it's like he has more power.
Mm.
It's
Yeah,
more
because-
physical, and he's like
In the
inserting
previous season,
himself.
he was just inside
Yeah.
Will, but he was in the upside down. Here, he's like
He's
in
here.
the upside
oh yeah,
right.
he's here, all right.
And
He's
he's-
taking all them
Right.
folks,
Yeah,
slurping them up.
just like I hate when this happens in like scary stuff. Whenever something hits and like they just push something into your mouth.
Oh,
my
that shit's
God.
so gross.
This is a sidetrack. Billy and Mandy. You know the
Yeah.
Friend
Yeah.
Adventures of Billy and Mandy. Do you know the part where the vegetables, the broccoli, is forcing themselves into people's mouths?
Yes.
Horrifying. I hated that part. It made me so uncomfortable, bro. It's so messed up. I was like, bro, I hate this. Anything that does that, where it's the face huggers from Alien, anything that
Oh,
like,
face huggers.
suck,
Yeah.
make something go down your gullet. I can't handle it, bro. I was like, oh,
Gullet?
God.
Gullet.
Destroy us all. Destroy us all.
Oh yeah, that's you're right. That shit freaks me out. I don't want
Yeah,
nothing.
I
I don't
hate
want to
it.
be force fed
That-
nothing.
Yeah, it's like, whew, I hate that. Anyways, go on.
Okay.
That's a little side thing.
Don't
about me.
force feed anybody in this room,
Yes,
please.
do not, please. Good God.
So this is the part when Erica comes in because they figure out that they need to sneak around the mall, and they have this tiny little crawl space in the air duct, and they're like, "Hey, Erica," and she's like, "Hey, give me free ice cream."
She's so sassy.
She is
I love
so
Erica
sassy.
so
yeah,
much.
she is cool.
She's
get
got
s-
all the personality.
I made a connection when I rewatched it to 3 to 4, and her and Dustin are like arguing, and he's like, "You're a nerd," and she's like, "I'm not a nerd," and he was talking about how she likes My Little Pony or whatever, and Applejack's her favorite, and
Aw,
it
that's my
reminded
favorite
me
too.
that her D&D character's name is Lady Applejack.
Aw.
And I forgot at the end they gave her the D&D book, and I'm like, that's how she got into it. So it all like came full
it all
circle.
circles
Yeah.
around. They really think those things through.
Yeah.
So, anyways, they push her in there after feeding her ice cream, and she finds a secret elevator door, and that's when they get stuck. And then we move on to Hopper finds a Russian guy, and
That
he
Russian guy
likes-
finds him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Motherfucker
and
Terminator.
he likes
They don't take no
Icees.
shit.
He loves Icees, and he
Same.
speaks Russian, and
He wants the cherry icy. I totally agree with that.
I agree. If you give me strawberry,
I'm throwing it in your fucking face.
it's
Hey, you know what?
over.
It doesn't
Cherry
matter.
Is bottom tier, bro.
Blue.
Cherry
No, it
white.
is not, Katie. That's
Blue.
only
Yeah,
with you.
Blue or
Blue and then
watermelon.
cherry,
Blue.
but
or
cherry
water.
first.
Cherry.
It doesn't
And
even
then
matter
Coke.
if it's
Well, you know what?
Dookie
Coke
No,
flavor.
dude, Coke is at the top.
Blue.
Coke
It's
is the
Drink
top.
Coke,
blue.
A
cherry,
Dookie flavor
and
blue?
then whatever
I'll get you that
else.
next time.
Trevor's gonna take a shit in your eyes.
Got Dookie. I'm gonna eat one of those cupcakes and then icy it.
Oh.
It's an inside joke. Sorry, y'all.
So, anyways, they go to Murphy's house because Murphy knows how to speak.
It's
Huh.
Murray.
Murray.
I
Yeah,
messed
it
up
is
last
Murray.
week. It is Murray, not
And then
Murphy.
I still put Murphy in here. I don't know why I did that. Anyways, they go to they go to Murray's house, and Murray knows how to speak Russian because you know
he's
when
Murray.
you're conspiracist, you might as well know how to speak Russian. And so,
It makes sense with the time.
I-
It's the 80s.
Yes,
oh my
80s.
god,
Gotta be prepared for anything.
So, anyways, that's how they are able to communicate with each other. Meanwhile, Robin and Steve get caught by the Russians, and they are fed LSD, basically, or truth serum, as they
Yeah.
put it out there.
Give him some of that good.
But they were high. And so Dustin and Erica end up saving them and bringing them to the movie theater, and then they escape to the bathroom, and they have this little heart-to-heart. And Steve's like, I love you. And then Robin's like,
I'm a lesbian.
yeah.
Which tells
I love you too, but I'm a lesbian.
Which tells you how much not in love he was, because he
Yeah.
was not phased by that at all. He's
No.
like,
It's
it's
like,
fine. I still
oh,
love
okay.
Nancy anyways.
Yeah. It's like,
You
oh
do you,
really?
fam.
Oh, thank
Oh, cool. I got a
God.
new friend. Sweet. Best friend.
Oh, so
It
I
has to be
don't
weird
have
now.
to, like, love everybody I'm friends
Right.
with?
I don't have to love every woman. This is wild.
Steve, oh, thank God.
Right.
I thought it was just me. Although I was Australian, but
Go crikey.
Crikey, you really came out of nowhere with that one.
Talk about you told you.
It's British
You
now.
wiener.
Elizabeth Olden cream. You want me to put it on my told you? The smell transported me through time.
Why are you so good at
That definitely needs to be on the soundboard. Him saying that. I told you.
Waiting for my next tucker. Alright, I'm done.
So the kids go check on the rat lady in the hospital. They all get together. Well, at least Nancy, Jonathan, and the kids all go to the hospital. And that's when the reporters get possessed, and they come and they attack Nancy. And then Nancy and Jonathan are fighting them off until finally 11 comes in and just busts this thing out the window.
11 does what 11 does.
Yeah. Which this is when, like, you see the conglomerate, nasty, fleshy looking mind flayer thing, and she spews it out the window, and then it just slithers into the drain. Like,
Just a bunch of goop.
yes. They go back home for 11 to look into Billy, and we see his backstory. really upsetting, sad. He was beaten as a child.
Yeah, whatever.
It's fucked up, Scott.
Hey, it's fucked up. I'm just kidding. It's
Come
not
on,
whatever.
man.
And
It's
that's
just Billy.
that's when we find out
Nothing.
that Billy can also figure out where 11 is.
Exactly.
And so then that's when that all happens. And the monster has come to get them, and it's gotten bigger. And the whole gang gets together at the mall so that they can come up with a game plan on how to beat this thing. Then we go back to Hopper and Joyce and Alexi. And they go to the fair because that's where everybody's supposed to be. But ain't nobody at the fair except for them. And after we have fallen in love with Alexi and we agree with his drink choices,
He got what he deserved.
he gets
Ice
got
dust.
by
He's still a damn Russian.
yes. I mean,
With a
he gets got.
silencer.
Yes, with a silencer.
Mm-mm-mm.
Like nobody will hear that thing.
Right.
So then Hopper goes and
The
fights
fuck was that?
the
Poor guy.
Terminator in the
The
funhouse.
balloon pops at the same time he gets shot.
Oh,
Yeah.
does it?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't remember that.
Those two things can sound
I
very
might
similar.
have not seen that part. That might be where I didn't watch it.
Yeah, but just going through this, there's a lot of anxiety because Hopper and Joyce
Maybe
are
that's
going,
why I stopped watching it. It was giving me too much anxiety. I was like, I can't handle it.
well, they're going through all this stuff with the Russians, and it's like they have no idea anything about the Upside Down yet or the Mind Flayer chasing the kids. Like they're totally oblivious to all of that at this point.
I just think the Russians have
Yeah.
attacked them.
Yeah.
Damn commies.
It's the 80s.
Yeah, it's the 80s. Them
It's
commies.
the Cold War. You know, they
Yeah.
were going after everybody.
Damn commies.
So they head on to the mall, and they decide the adults will close the portal. And the Scoops group goes over to the radio tower so they can talk to them while they're underground.
What's his face's imaginary girlfriend?
Yes, and that's when they talk to Susie about getting the code.
Yeah.
And then Billy comes over and gets smacked by Steve's car at some point. And this is when we get like the redeeming arc of Billy because 11 shows him the good in his life. And then as soon
You
as
just
it
got beat.
gets
You're
up-
better than this. Don't mean you got beat everybody else.
As soon as he gets up, the Mind Flayer kills
Gets
him.
his ass. God's his ass. I mean, just
Well, he
straight through.
he does do a distraction and stuff. Like he helps a
Yeah.
little bit, doesn't he?
He does help a little bit.
Well, I mean, but even before that, that was one of the most like high anxiety times because they all trick the Mind Flayer to leave, like before all that happens with Billy inside. But Billy sees 11 and Max like trying to escape. I think one of the other kids was with them. But the Mind Flayer turns around. They had lured it so far out, and Billy's linked, it's the hive
Yeah,
mind.
yeah,
And so
yeah.
as soon as Billy sees him, the Mind Flayer turns around, and you're like, oh, God. That big ass thing running down the road like that,
Yeah,
that thing
she
was
was
crazy.
Terrifying.
So Hopper then sacrifices himself into the Icee, the upside down Icee, and
He
life
throws the
gets back to
Terminator into the
normal.
machine.
Yeah.
Things like that. I
And
saw
then,
that
you
movie
know,
ripped up.
Hopper's gone.
Yeah, he
he's
looks and
not
cries.
dead.
And Joyce is now
Joyce is like-
moving on again, boy. She's like, it's time to get out of this town.
Yeah, she
Get
said,
on
I'm
out.
fucking
I'm done
leaving
dating
Hawkins.
men in this.
Every man I get involved with dies. So,
She's like, we're going to California and we're bringing 11 with us. And 11 also lost her powers when the Mind Flayer got her earlier, too. So that sets us up for season 4. She can't do
bit her
anything.
right on the ankle.
Yep.
Yeah.
Her Achilles tendon.
Yep.
Hopper goes in the upside down. It doesn't show it, but it happened.
No, it does. At the
No.
very end, it's like a...
It was just like him in there. All you hear is the music start playing, and then a chain gun on top, and it's the Magic School Bus.
Oh, my God.
Miss Frizzle is
Miss
still
Frizzle
stuck.
saved him.
in
Hits
the-
the brakes.
Dropped him off with the Soviets. Sorry.
This is as close as I
Yeah.
can get you.
That's where we're gonna drop you off at. Beep beep.
Yeah. Into the line.
Steve and Robin are now working at a video store together because now they have to work everywhere together. They cannot be separated.
Gotta have the
And-
gang.
11 reads the letter that Hopper had left, and we all cry and we all sob, and it's all sad, and we miss Hopper. But then the TV show's like, P.S. There's a Demogorgon,
And it's
In
in
Russia.
Russia. Yeah.
and then P.S.S. Hopper's alive, and he's in Russia.
Right. He just got a
So-
haircut.
That's
that happens
how it
at the
ends.
end credit
Yeah.
scene.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that
So
was
how
season
long was the wait between season 3 and season 4? Was it 2
Aren't
years?
they pretty
It's about
old?
20 years.
Aren't the kids like older, like
Yeah.
really
yeah.
older? That,
yeah, like
They
it's
call it the
kinda
Stranger
weird
Things
looking.
effect. Like that's why he
It's
the
all
Avatar.
stress.
That's why he James Gunn. Oh, is it James Gunn who did Avatar?
God, Cameron.
Whatever, whoever it is. That's why he wanted to record all of them because he didn't want the Stranger Things effect to happen with all the kids and be like, God, please, they grow
Yeah.
up.
Well, I mean,
I mean, you
It's
have to
gonna
because
happen.
kids are gonna like spurt up if you don't get it.
Yeah, like
it's
Will
not
gonna have
a
to
huge,
time
huge
jump.
difference, but Will goes from like little baby to like grown man.
Full
looking.
unit.
I'm a man now.
It's really the boys.
Yeah,
Will walks in. Hey guys, you want to go play some baseball?
Yeah.
and his
All
hair
right, I'm
doesn't.
gonna go jerk off now.
in the fourth season, his hair really doesn't make sense anymore. Like it just looks
got that
weird
bowl
on
cut.
him.
It was
Yeah.
the 80s.
It was 35 months between.
35 months.
3
What?
years, bro.
Season of Stranger Things pregnant? How many years is that? I don't know that. I can't do that.
If
math.
you're pregnant for 35
What?
months,
You know,
That's
like,
a month for being
when the
3
kids,
years.
when they
35 weeks,
when the kids
maybe.
are like, yeah, it's 30. He's 35 weeks or whatever, 35 months.
35
you know,
months.
like-
It's like, do you have a 3-year-old?
and I'm sitting there like, it was 2.5.
It's like it's
Wow.
grown-ups.
I'm like, he's 1.5.
was delayed due to COVID,
you know, the
Makes sense.
rawness.
Makes sense.
and they were all pissed off about it because the kids were all growing.
Yeah,
and they were
they're
like,
grown.
"Shit."
They're like, God, dang.
Yeah, but this show has given other people like everybody thinks that they can do this gap now, kind of like how House of Dragons is going to be. I guess really Game of Thrones kind of threw that in there because they made you wait for the last season. Now Stranger Things has done it; they're doing it with House of the Dragon. All these shows are doing it. People
Yellowstone.
yeah, people are lining up to watch it. It's fine.
Yeah.
What, the extended
Yeah.
seeing stuff? God, dang. gosh.
Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, Game of Thrones did do it. A lot of things did. I mean, AMC did it with making mid-season premieres. Like,
Yeah.
just make it a new season. Don't sit there and wait a year for the middle of the season. You just made... That's so stupid to me.
Yeah.
That's how Breaking Bad did when
Yeah,
that's
that's
what
what you were...
Walking
Dead.
Yeah, that's what you were talking
And
about.
isn't that what Yellowstone's
Walking-
doing right now?
Walking Dead.
They all do it.
The Walking Dead would finish, the half of the season would finish in like November, and then the second half of the season would start in like February.
yeah.
It's like, why?
Well, Breaking Bad waited a whole year for the
Yeah.
other half of
That's
season 5.
insane
Yeah.
where it would have ended too.
Right.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
How long are we? Fuck, we're not that.
About
long.
7 inches.
Solid.
Sorry.
Damn.
It's longer than it was
I
last
didn't,
week.
I didn't get that.
What?
What are you talking about?
The way I don't know who caught it. She said about 7 inches, and I said, "Damn, I didn't get any of that."
It must run in
It
the
was a
fucking
joke.
family because I didn't either.
It's split between my Woo!
Millimeter Peter gang.
The Martins for you.
I've got a headache.
Where are we at?
we're good.
So that's the end.
Bye.